Good morning, everyone. Welcome to In the Garden with Joyful Living. I am Kimberly Dixon. It is a beautiful Saturday morning. I am coming to you live because I'm actually going to an outdoor festival today and got to get my son situated. You know, the life. Y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. I never imagined myself as a single parent, and it's a lot of work. So I have learned a whole new appreciation and respect for the men and women who have been doing this thing alone. But while we wait for a few people to join us, I'm going to go ahead and give you a peek at the garden this morning. So, but first I want to show you this. This is a lovely gardening bag. Well, that was the rug. This is a lovely gardening bag that was given to me by my brother and my sister-in-law, Malcolm and Jenny. It is the absolute best because I can just pick it up and have all of my tools in one place and be set to go. Here are some lovely petunias that are just to invite pollinators, and they're pretty. The eggplant is doing beautifully. It is growing so fast, and as you can see, there have been some changes since last week. I've planted marigolds. Maybe that was the week before. So the eggplant is growing beautifully. The Roma tomato along with the chives. You see I've added some green onion scraps from the kitchen. And you see that I have some flowers already forming on the Roma tomato. So that's going to be the spot for some delicious ripe red tomatoes. Over here we have the first muncher cucumber coming through. I had to replant those because the first seeds that I planted didn't germinate. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes you can buy seeds that are either old or defective in whatever way, and they don't germinate. So I replanted them. I put 3 seeds in, but 1 is coming up. Here are some straight 8 cucumbers that I started by seed indoors, and they are doing beautifully this morning. We've got the bucket with zucchini. That's 2 traditional green ones and then a striped one. I might have to move that striped one because I don't know if that bucket will support 3, but we're going to give it a try. That's the thing with gardening. That's all you need to do is try, because a lot of things that have been done for generations or people tell you that can't be done, that's not necessarily true. Give it a try. The peppers are looking fantastic this morning. That is the jalapeno pepper, the hot cayenne pepper. I put that stick in there because it got really cold a couple nights this week, and I used a sheet to cover everything, and I didn't want it to break the plant, so I used a bamboo stick to tent it. The raspberry bush still showing signs of waking up, so we're pleased with that. The cherry tomato got flowers on it as well. Can't see, the sun is blinding me this morning. It's going to be a beautiful hot day. And then this is more green onion that was done from kitchen scraps. Sweet peas are coming up wonderfully. Bee balm is still looking good. Sweet banana pepper, it looks a little bit yellow, so I'm going to give it some extra attention this week. Give it some hydrogen peroxide that will give the roots a shot of oxygen, as well as kill anything that may be in the soil. The Roma lettuce is, romaine lettuce is coming up. I planted some arugula, and that is already starting to peek through as well. Another zucchini. That's going to be the future home of my ginger. I'm just letting it cure where I cut it earlier this week. Straight 8 cucumbers, zucchini. Now, guys, I've done something that is a #1 rule that gardeners should not do. I didn't label everything out here. So, if you're new to gardening, always put a stake or a tag or something so that you know what each plant is, because when you start throwing seeds and things start to emerge, you will forget what you planted. So I broke a rule Just so happens I know what zucchini looks like versus what cucumber looks like. And usually you can tell once it gets its true leaves. Then we have a green bell pepper here looking lovely. The lettuce still looks delicious, and as you can see, it's smaller than it was last week because I had some for lunch on yesterday. But I didn't pull the whole plant, just cut off what you need for that particular meal, because lettuce is one of those plants that you can cut and it will come again. So don't pull your whole plant up, cut off what you need so that you can continue to enjoy it. Red bell pepper, she's getting down, she's growing wonderfully. Another bee balm. And still no signs of the asparagus. It may come up, it may not, but you have to keep trying different things. And another thing of beautiful petunias. These actually survived the winter. This is a plant from last year. And although it is an annual, sometimes annuals, if you're in a pretty mild area, sometimes they will survive the winter. So I see we got some people watching, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I got my water here today as well as my coffee. I'm going to try not to squint too much, but the sun is beaming this morning. So I want to talk to you a little bit about a growth mindset. Now, by design, these plants have a growth mindset. When you plant them, they are going to grow. If you give them water and nutrients, they are going to grow. They are designed to grow. We are designed to grow too. But our mindset will determine our aptitude in life, how far we go. So your mindset is actually your set of beliefs about your beliefs and attitude about the world. But get this, it's also your beliefs and attitude about yourself. So when you have a growth mindset, you believe in yourself and you believe that you can do things and you can accomplish things and that the glass is half full, in other words. But if you don't have a growth mindset, well, and a growth mindset is that you believe that you can accomplish things, you can go forward in life, that you can persevere. But if you don't have a growth mindset, then that can cause us problems. We become stuck in life. We have a hard time moving forward, and we believe things like it's always been like this, or it's always happens to me, or it's just my luck. And we start to really take those things, those beliefs, the words that we say, it takes root in us. So instead of thinking that we can accomplish anything and that we can travel the world and be great in our life, we start to believe otherwise. We start to believe that this station that I was born in is the station that I have to stay in. We start to believe that I can't recover after this divorce. I did something wrong in my life, so I am stuck in this position. So that means that we no longer have a growth mindset. We've let the trials and tribulations of this world, and sometimes, and this is unfortunately, it's not our trials and tribulations, but it might be the trials and tribulations of our parents or grandparents that from a very young age, they started saying things to us, you're just like your mom or dad, and they didn't mean it in a good way. They start saying things like, you're stupid, or you're never going to be anything. Or, my dad told me once that his stepdad told him he was going to be dead by the time he was 25. I was blown away. I could not believe that an adult had actually said that to a teen. He was a teenager at the time. And so he said that he lived his life wild and reckless because he believed what he said. So sometimes our mindset doesn't necessarily come from our experiences, but can come from experiences of those who are in our life who don't see our potential. But we were created to grow. There are countless of examples, parables in the Bible where Jesus, the sower and the reaper, the talents, we are designed to grow the things that are in us innately, as well as the things that we are given. We are designed to grow. So we have a growth mindset initially. It's just things in life. make us stale and we become complacent. So here's the thing. I want you to think about this. In nature, water that is free flowing and moving. Good morning, Curtis. Water that is free flowing and moving. It's clean. It's healthy. It is purified. But stagnant water it has a bad smell to it. It is full of bacteria, and it can literally make you sick. That's what happens to us when we become stale and stagnant in our life. We stop growing. We stop moving. We become disillusioned. We become unhappy, and we lose our joy. We were created to grow. So I want you to think about today. This is my challenge to you today. Think about the areas of your life that you've become stagnant in, that you've lost your joy in, and what you can do personally to improve that. Didn't have to be anything major. For me, one of the things that keeps me moving is gardening. Y'all know it. This whole segment, well, it was by design, but it wasn't anything that I planned. I just knew that it brought me joy. Good morning, Celeste. So it is important that we continue to do things in our life that are going to grow us. Things that trying a new hobby, reading, meeting new people, just taking a vested interest in life, so that one, we don't become bored, we don't become stagnant, and we don't lose our joy. That is up to us. We were created with joy innately in us. But good morning, Geraldine. We have to do the things that are going to propel us and push us. Good morning, Birdie. And sometimes scare us to death. Some of the things that will make you the happiest in your life are the things that absolutely terrify you. But I want to encourage you this morning, don't be afraid to try it. So my baby yesterday, many of you know he produces music, and he's really good. He's only 13. He produces music. So yesterday he took one of his old songs and he just wanted to try to sing to it. So he did a little rap, and it was cute and it was good. But I praised him. I was like, for trying something new. He was scared. He was just petrified. He was like, oh my God, it's horrible. It's like, no, it's not horrible. It's like, I'm proud of you because you stepped out on a limb and did something that's had you shaking in your boots. That's major. So think about something that you've always wanted to do, but it scares you. Good morning, Pam. Haven't seen you in a while. It's good to have you from the West Coast, my West Coast friend. So your mindset, things in our life, people in our life, there are things that can happen that damage it. But I want you to remember that we were created to go. We were never made to stand still. Just want you to think about, again, examples in the Bible where God gave somebody the instructions, get out of this land, go. This may have been where you were born, but this is not where I intend for you to stay. Keep moving, keep growing. These plants have a growth mindset. From the very beginning, you put them in some soil, or even if you just put them in clean water, they will grow. They know what to do by design. By design, you were created to grow. So I want you to grow yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, because if we don't grow in those areas, then we will slowly start to die in those areas. Just like Celeste, she knows that if you're an artist and you have the gift of spoken word or poetry, if you don't use those gifts, you'll become stale and stagnant and think you've lost your talent. We have to use the gifts that have been given to us to continue to grow, push, and propel ourselves to the next level. So guys, I want you to go out today. I want you to think about the areas of your life where you can continue to grow with something that you're already working on, but some new area that you can explore. So, a few years ago, I was challenged to do some spoken word. I did it. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And now I always have those memories. Sheridan said that's creativity and being a visionary. Absolutely. You are an inspiration. He will go so far, especially when he believes in himself with someone behind him. Absolutely. And it's important that we encourage our youth to do new things, to push themselves and explore their talents. so often, we have a critical eye towards our children and other people in our life because of the things that we've been through. But it's important that we encourage them to try new things and to go to the next level. And if one area doesn't work out for them, encourage them to try something new. But again, we were created to grow. It's just that simple. So that's my desire and my wish for you, as well as myself. So guys, thank you for watching In the Garden with Joyful Living. We came on a little bit early this morning because we're going to a music festival today, and it's about an hour and a half away. So we wanted to make sure we came and spent some time with you. We must help them tap into the gifts. They were absolutely, y'all, when I tell you this little boy is so talented musically, when he came to me, I knew he played musical instruments that nobody taught him to play. He learned how to play clarinet in school. He taught himself how to play harmonica and piano and a little bit on guitar. But then he started producing music on his laptop, and I was like, who taught you how to do that? And he said, no one. So it is my responsibility to make sure that he continues to grow in those areas, and that I believe that God put him in my home because he knew that, excuse me, that I would nurture those gifts and put him in the right room with the right people. So guys, I love you all. Thank you for watching this morning, and it's a beautiful day. Do something outdoors. Don't stay inside all day. Do something outdoors. Get in some fresh air. Get in some sunshine. I love you. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.